Welcome to Making Your Miles Count Production, an educational program to all Canadian lease owner-operators with your host, Robert Scaper.
Being a successful independent operator requires three things: a good carrier, a good truck, and a good accountant. My name is Robert Scaper, author of Making Your Miles Count book series. My first book, Taxes, deals with all issues with regards to independent operators in Canada. And basically the main thesis of the book talks about non-taxable benefits versus the self-employed system. And it promotes non-taxable benefits. And in order to be utilizing non-taxable benefits, you have to go through the incorporation process. Incorporation in and of itself does not really help a whole lot. Actually, if you're bumping down the road and you talk to individuals, some have gone through the incorporation process and they said, hey, there's hardly any difference. And that's true. There is hardly any difference whatsoever if you're not using non-taxable benefits. And very, very, very few accountants even know about non-taxable benefits, never mind utilize it for the trucking industry. So I strongly recommend using non-taxable benefits, and that does require incorporation. And when you are incorporated, you have to pay yourself differently than when you're self-employed. Self-employed, you can all go into your personal account and you just pay whatever you want, use whatever you want, and then the problem is at the end of the year, you have a big tax bill and you say, where's all the money gone? I don't have any money to pay my taxes. When you're using a corporation, all the revenue from the carrier gets put into your corporation, and then you pull your money out only on specific patterns. For instance, a salary, and then when you do pull out a salary, you have to send in on a monthly basis source deductions, Canada Pension Plan, and income tax into Canada Revenue Agency on that salary. If you use non-taxable benefits, that's another check that you take out. And then you can give yourself bonuses as well, and you should follow a good tax plan to make sure if you take out $1,000 as a bonus, set aside in your corporation at least a third of that for taxes at the end of the year when your corporation has to submit them on your behalf. So it's very important to follow the rules of incorporation in order to not find yourself in a big trouble later on. The second thing that you need to do is keep track of your paperwork. That means the bank account of your corporation and also all of the paperwork for the business that you're operating. Pay statements from their carrier, any credit card receipts for maintenance or anything else like that, anything to do with the operation of your business. And a good accountant is going to show you the basic stuff that you need on a regular monthly or quarterly basis in order to accommodate the Canada Revenue Agency's requirements on preparing your taxes. In choosing an accountant, it's very important to find somebody who is going to train you to do it properly. If you don't understand where you're going to be saving taxes and what's really critical to you, do not blindly trust an accountant. It doesn't pay. If you don't understand how you're actually saving taxes, find an accountant who will train you. If nobody is training, you can call us. We go through the process. When you're using non-taxable benefits, it's actually quite simple to visibly see how you're saving taxes. The average trucker in Canada makes between $60,000 and $65,000 a year, pays taxes of between $12,000 and $20,000 a year. An independent operator, everything else being absolutely identical, will claim only $30,000, $35,000 and only pay taxes of between $2,000 and $10,000 in a year if they're using non-taxable benefits. If they're not using non-taxable benefits, they're claiming 60, 65, paying 12 to 20. So you have to really understand how you save taxes using the non-taxable benefits. If you don't understand it, realistically, you shouldn't be using it. But be trained. And we have a great deal of information available on our website and on other platforms that help you understand how to really save in taxes. And the final thing is keep track of your fuel economy, your maintenance, your downtime, and make good sound goals for yourself. Goals such as, when are you going to get your truck paid for completely? As my second book states, there's very little difference between a company driver and an independent operator until you have that truck paid for. There are some contracts that pay excessively well, so there is good, but generally speaking, you make solid cash flow, great return on your investments once your truck is paid for. So you have to have that long-term approach to your business that you're getting into. And when you track your cents per mile for your fuel and your maintenance, and keeping all of your paperwork set aside to make sure you don't lose anything, because in Canada, actually in the free world, the most important thing is actual receipts that you actually paid for something. Canada Revenue Agency doesn't even allow a credit card statement. You actually have to have the receipt that goes along with the statement. They would rather see the receipt than even the statement. So you have the receipt as the detailed information as to what you purchased, when you purchased it, price, etc. That's very, very important. Your paperwork is very important. The bank statement from your corporation, the pay statement from the carrier, transactions that you completed on behalf of your business. There shouldn't be more than 25 to maybe 40 transactions in your corporation per month. And if you do more than that, you're probably running too many things through there that you probably shouldn't be utilizing anyway. There's pretty clear rules what are acceptable and what are not. And finally, when you're keeping your records, I recommend digital storage, not just of your paperwork, but also of your e-logs. Whether you are self-employed or in corporation, e-logs are your responsibility. Keep it for 7 years. Keep all of your documents for 7 years. That's a lot of paperwork. That's why I do recommend paperless storage, and which is something that your accountant should be supplying as well for you. Other than that, if you have any questions, by all means, come to our website, makeyourmilescount.com, or just visit us. Like I said, call us 877-987-9787. Have a good trip.
Thanks for stopping by Making Your Miles Count. For further Making Your Miles Count productions, call us at 877-987-9787 or download us at makingyourmilescount.com.